Obscurity, quiet wins, no spotlight, no pressure, just you and the work. I've been thinking about this a lot recently and really considering the dilemma of would I rather be known or would I rather be free? Because I used to think those two were the same thing. I used to think that success meant attention. It meant people watching. It meant validation. It meant noise. But now I don't know. Because I think I'd rather be unknown and successful than known and stressed out of my mind. And it sounds weird at first because we're taught the opposite. When we grow up, we see fame everywhere. We see numbers, we see followers, we see views, we see clips, we see people on red carpets, and we started associating that with success. If nobody sees something happen, does it even count? But zoom out. Just zoom out for a second and imagine your life as a whole. Not a post, not a highlight, but the whole thing. Do you really want to spend it being watched or being at peace? Because being known comes with something people don't talk about enough. It's not just attention. It's not just this idea of people will come rush at you when you're outside, but it's expectation and it's pressure. It's people having opinions about every single move you make and losing the ability to just exist quietly. You can't fail in peace. You can't experiment freely. You can't just be, because everything you do has eyes on it. And I don't think that's success. I think that's a trade. You trade your peace for visibility. And maybe for some people that's worth it. But for me, I don't think it is. Because I've realized that the real wins, the ones that actually matter, they're quiet. They're the mornings where you wake up and you don't feel rushed. They're the nights where you go to sleep and your mind isn't racing. It's the feeling that your life is yours and not something you're constantly proving to other people. And I think that's what I want, because I want to build something that works without needing applause. And I want to make money without needing attention. I want to grow without needing validation. And that is a hard mindset to adapt because ego does get in the way. You want to be seen. Humans are naturally social creatures, so we want people to notice that moment where everyone looks at you and says, yeah, they made it. I wish I was like him. But what happens after that? What happens when the attention stays and the pressure grows? And now you have something to maintain, something to protect, something to live up to. It never stops, that expectation. And that's the part nobody really explains. Success with attention is a different game because it's not just about getting there, it's about staying there. And staying there can break you. When I had an interview with Harvard a few months ago, I remember I was talking to my admission officer, and the most important question I had, or the question I wanted to ask the most, was I feel like Harvard is a school that everyone knows. Even my immigrant parents and my immigrant friends who come from other countries, if you tell them Harvard, they already know exactly, they already have a mental picture of what it is and what they expect a student like who goes there is like. And I remember asking her, I said, do you still feel the pressure from having to live up to the Harvard name despite already having a job, already being out of education and all this stuff? And she says, yeah, And she said that every day she deals with it. So I'd rather build in silence. I'd rather be that person who people don't recognize, but whose life is actually good. Like genuinely good, not just looking good. And I think a lot of people confuse those two things, looking successful and being successful. They're not the same. One is external, one is internal. One depends on other people and one doesn't. And if you lose your life on external things, or if you base your life, if you root it in those external things, which I guess is a better wording for it, you're always going to be unstable because those things change and people change and attention shifts and algorithms move and trends die. But if your success is internal, if it's based on what you control, your effort, your discipline, your standards, then it's yours no matter what. And that's freedom, real freedom. Not the kind people talk about, the kind you feel when nobody's watching and you're still proud. And I'm not saying that being known is bad, but I'm just saying you should understand the cost because everything has one, no matter how great the upside seems. If you're chasing attention without realizing what it demands, you're going to get there and feel trapped. So ask yourself, honestly, what do you want? Do you want people to know your name, or do you want a life that feels good to live? And, people might not know about that, but those things aren't always aligned, and you might have to choose. And for me, I know what I'm choosing. I'll take the quiet path. I'll take the unknown route, and I'll take the version where I can wake up, do my thing, build, improve, and go to sleep without noise, without pressure, without pretending, just progress. Slow progress, steady progress, real progress. And maybe nobody will be there to clap for me for my accomplishments, but I will clap for myself. And that's enough because at the end of it all, it's my life, not theirs. So I'll build it in a way that I can actually enjoy it and not just show it. All right. Get started. Get started on the work. You got this.